Okay, so what's up, y'all? This is your girl, Sugary Girl Candy 2012, and I know it's been like a week since I had a video up. There just hasn't been like much um, like interesting news, honestly. Besides your typical PS4 and Xbox One news, and I just didn't find anything that was worth talking about, giving my thoughts on. But I did find this one quite interesting since I'm a fan of Chromatic Ring and have been since the PS2 days with the whole Indigo Prophecy and stuff like that. So if you read the title, then you pretty much know what this is about. Heavy Rain was turned down by Microsoft over child kidnapping story, and it surprises me at the fact that this was even like considered that no, it surprises me at the fact that this may have potentially been on the Microsoft console if they didn't reject it, and they was like, okay, yeah, da 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 da. But then again, I mean, it's funny though because Indigo Prophecy was on Xbox One. But whatever. So basically it reads, Heavy Rain was turned down by Microsoft due to his child kidnapping story. It has been revealed. I'm personally a big fan of the game. Very thought provoking, and like it's emotional, and I don't know, the game just like throws so many what the hells and like, oh my god, that really happened, and da 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 moments at you and stuff. Like, the game is just amazing, man. It's like playing in a high definition version of Indigo Prophecy, because that was a touching, very weird, interesting game. Except Indigo Prophecy was personally played by my twin brother, not me. But Heavy Rain was played by me, and I just recently finished it like months ago because I played it on my old fat PS3. But you guys know the whole story with when my old fat PS3 started giving me problems and stuff like that. So I was never able to finish it. So basically I just decided to pick it up one day and to finish it, and I was surprised and I liked it, and I'm looking very forward to Beyond Two Souls. Hence the reason, definitely going to be pre-ordering it, definitely going to be doing that. So yeah, let me finish this. Ooh, excuse me. Oh my god, excuse me. Speaking at this year's BAFTA annual Games Lecture, Chromatic Dreams head of development David Cage said the publisher was scared of the controversy it could cause. And when you think about it, it's funny that Microsoft was scared to have this game on their console, but when you think about all the other games that allows you to do more violent things, and like, I know they were pretty scared of the whole, kidnapping story and stuff like that, but it's not like you actually see, kids actually get harmed in this game. But whatever. We were pitching Heavy Rain to different publishers, including Sony, and we went to Microsoft. He told attendees, including Digital Spy. We had a very long talk, and they loved Fahrenheit, and they really wanted to do something with us. So this is why I like Sony, because this is why they have so many more, let me say, like, different variety of games, and why I choose to stay with them is because they actually like to take risk and have different, types of games on their console. And so, this is why I can't see myself really, I'm a fan of Sony, but, this is my preference, but I can't really see myself, well, maybe getting a Nintendo Wii, but it'll be like down the line somewhere, because, I'm a fan of Nintendo. Nintendo was my, back in my kiddie days, I was me and my twin bro were like Nintendo, fanboys and girls and stuff of it, and we hated everything Sony. Only trying the PlayStation 1 only a few times and stuff. And then when we got our actual first PS2 for Christmas, it was a done deal from there. It was Sony from there. But yeah, just to think that this game would have actually been on the Microsoft console is actually like surprising. Let me see, where am I? Oh, they got scared by the fact that Heavy Rain was about kids being kidnapped, and they said this is an issue. We want to change it. Well, we could have kidnapped cats. It would be a different experience. But again, it's still surprising that they, rejected the game despite everything else that they have on their consoles that's far off worse than this game was. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I guess they were just being safe. I don't know, but apparently maybe Sony's just because Sony are more experienced with this type of, these type of games, and with them being on the market longer and being more experienced, I guess that's why they were willing to take a risk and stuff like that. And it was like, oh, no problem, you can go ahead and release the game on the PlayStation 3, and and we played it and blah blah blah. But for me, that was a very interesting signal. It was like, what, I don't think we can work together because you don't understand what I'm here to achieve, what I'm to achieve here. They were scared of the scandal and scared of what people may write and what people may think. Oh, this is a developer and a publisher making games about a child getting kidnapped. When you play Heavy Rain, I don't think this is what the game is about. Microsoft is a great company. I'm not comparing or criticizing. Excuse me. Where am I? I'm just saying. Oh, right here. I'm just saying that there was some resistance at the time that was not in sync with what we wanted to achieve. Cage continued. We had this conversation with Sony, very honestly saying, okay, there's a reason here, but I think they understand the upside of what we were doing. This could be incredibly emotional if done with taste, and there is nothing shocking for the sake of shocking. I agree with that. If they're doing it to just get a shock and just to get a freaking feel out of people, like how can I say it, a reaction. There we go. If they were just doing this just to get a reaction out of people, then yeah, it's bad. And there's that why the hell did they make this game moment that pops up in your head. But since they weren't doing it to get a reaction out of people, and well, like they were getting a reaction out of people, but it was like emotional, it was tasteful and stuff like that, if that part made any sense at all. But it was done tastefully to me. Again, there were no parts where it showed any kids actually being killed by anyone. Well, like it didn't I don't know how to explain it, but I think anyone who hasn't tried this game should try it if you're a PlayStation owner. Very thought-provoking. And it's one of those games that, like, if you kill off one of the characters, they're dead for good, but the story still continues. There should be a strong emotional experience, but it shouldn't be vulgar. It shouldn't be about blood and whatever. It should be about love. I agree. Had a very good ending to me, in my opinion. We can understand each other, and this is how Heavy Rain happened. David Cage previously said that sequels kill off creativity and innovation. Shenmue creator Yu Shikuzi, sorry if I totally just butchered his name, joined Heavy Rain director David Cage and Repub Q. Okay, I totally just fucked that word up. Director Ryan Payton to talk about storytelling in games in a video earlier this year. Quantic Dream's next title, Beyond Two Souls, stars Ellen Page with William Dafoe in a story that explores Page's character's ability to communicate with the spirit from a young age. Kind of reminds me a little bit like I was gonna say Carrie, but what is the name of that movie? Firestarter, I believe. Yeah, with stars Drew Barrymore when she was young. Yeah, it kind of gives off some of that, like a feel like that. I don't know. Like Heavy Rain, the game's story will be shaped by the choices that players make. I am so bad at choice making, dude, but this is a trailer, so yeah, you can watch it if you haven't seen anything on it. But I'm personally gonna be pre-ordering this game because I'm a fan of Quantic Dream, have been since the PS2 days and stuff. So this game shall prove to be interesting, and I can't wait. And I think that's gonna be the game that's gonna have me absorbed in the month of October. So I know WWE 2K14 also comes out too, but I don't make it a habit of pre-ordering games that come out every year. So when I do pre-order Beyond Two Souls, it would be my fourth game that I've ever pre-ordered in my entire freaking life. First would be Uncharted 2, Among Thieves, I believe, and then Saints Row the third, and then Saints Row 4, and then Beyond Two Souls. So yeah, so like if you're an Xbox 360 owner and like you've always wanted to have like a diverse, you know, diverse amount of games on your system other than just shoot 'ems and shoot 'ems, shoot 'em ups and stuff like that. Like, leave your thoughts down below of what you think and how you would have felt if this game actually would have been on a 360, and just anything that's worth a discussion. But I'll talk to you guys later, and I'll get to my comments as fast as I can and all that other good stuff. Thank you for viewing, thank you for watching, definitely thank you for subscribing, and actually taking the time to view my videos and stuff like that. So deuces, and again and again and again and again, I thank y'all for subbing and commenting and blah blah blah. So bye, yay. It's like, nah, bye.